Hello, welcome back to my channel and welcome to my favorite springtime blushes. I've got a little bit of everything here. Some might not be available, but if they're not, this is just a time that I would like to encourage you to pull them out of your collection and use them. If you hear noises in the background, my dishwasher is going, so we just kind of have to deal with it today. But let's just go ahead and get started with some cream and liquid blushes that I have here. Let's start with an affordable option. I've got the e.l.f. It's their liquid blushes. This is the shade Dusty Rose, and I really like it. I think that this shade in particular, it's very peachy pink, makes me think of flowers blooming, and that's really what I think about in a blush for springtime. Very much a peachy pink type of a shade, and the formula is good. And by the way, it is their Camo liquid blush, and it's in the shade Dusty Rose. But yeah, I really do like this, and it's super affordable, and I feel like e.l.f. makes really good drugstore affordable products in general, so definitely a brand to think about if you're on a budget. This next one I got in a BoxyCharm last year, and they actually offered it not, I think, in the March BoxyCharm, but it is the Drunk Elephant Rosy Drops. I think these are really pretty. They're a little bit on the dewier side. They definitely have a subtle sparkle to them, but I think they're absolutely stunning on the skin, and they just make me, of course, think of spring. This next item I also got in BoxyCharm. A lot of these are BoxyCharm finds, but you can get this one at Ulta and I believe Sephora, but it is the Tarte Shape Tape Blush Wand in the shade pink. Again, it's definitely that soft pink with maybe a touch of peach in it, but definitely more of a nice soft like baby pink style blush. Again, I love it. I think it's beautiful. I absolutely love it for this time of year. And yeah, if you're looking for something a little bit more high-end but still really good, I do like this one. And then the Natasha Denona Cupid Cheek Duo. I feel like this is a very like winter transitioning into spring. I love this blush, how it's kind of got a very subtle sheen to it, so it just adds a nice blush to the cheeks, and it does come with a highlighter. I think this one may have only been available in BoxyCharm, so again, if you have it, pull it out. But I do really enjoy it, and I mean, what's not to love about Natasha Denona? And then one last cream cheek product, and I don't know if this is still available or not, but I think because it's a flower, I decided to put it in because springtime makes me think of flowers and things blooming. So it is the Winky Luxe. It's just their flower pot blushes, I think, or it's the Cheeky Rose blush is what it's called, and this is in the shade Crown. Again, look at how adorable this packaging is. It is so beautiful, and I love just like the outer packaging, but then the blush as a whole is in the shape of a little flower. So color wise, it's still springtime to me, but for me it's mostly about the packaging. The next ones I have are all some powder blushes, a little bit of cream and powder duos, and in no particular order. The new YSL blushes are really pretty. There's a couple different shades in the line that I want to pick up, but I have this shade is it J or Make Me Blush? No, I think the name of the blush is Make Me Blush, so I can't quite figure out the shade name, but this is a very peachy pink sparkly effect type of a blush. The type of blush I don't feel like you need a highlighter over if you are one that highlighting effect, and just it's absolutely stunning. The Dior Rosy Glow blushes, and for me this particular shade Pink Lilac is perfect. Again, it's a little bit more pastel. It's got some of that purple in it. Very springy, very pink. This would work best for fair skin tones. I don't know too much about deeper skin tones. I would imagine it might not show up, but if you do have fair to light, even medium skin tones, I think this would work. And it's very subtle. Like, you're not going to get a whole lot of color with this particular shade of blush, but when it does go on, it goes on so perfect, which is why I think it's perfect for more fair skin tones, because I feel like with deeper blushes, more pigmented blushes, you get too much too quickly, and I feel like this just adds like that natural kind of a flush that doesn't look too much. And we've got the Tarte, it's their Amazonian Clay 12-Hour Blush. I have mine in the shade Dazzled. I'm not sure if this shade in particular is available anymore, but I do think that these blushes as a whole are still available, and I like this shade because it's a little bit more muted but still pink and light, and again perfect for spring. This time of the year I really do prefer a blush that's a little bit more lighter on the skin, something that's not overly pigmented, because I think that that's more summer to fall and even winter, but for springtime I like just a subtle flush of color on the cheeks without it being overdone. But speaking of overdone, and I feel like these are good if you like that, but the Cover FX Monochromatic Blush Duos, I believe that these are still available. I have two of them. One is in the shade Soft Peach, and you've got your glowy side and your matte side. You mix and match the two. Use this as a topper, use this on its own. I really do like this, but this is definitely going to be something that you want if you want more pigment really fast on the skin. If you want a little bit less pigment, going in with this one just fine. It'll work, but if you want more, definitely layer the two up. I also have the shade Mojave Mauve, and this is just basically the pink version of this. These are blushes that you can build up, but you got to be really careful because they do get real pigmented really quickly. Again, if you're wanting to just go more of a lighter hand, I would just stick to this side, but if you are wanting more of a pigmented blush, go with both. I've got a few more back here. One is a most recent BoxyCharm pick, and that is the Fenty Beauty. It's the Fenty Cheeks Powder Blush. I have mine in the shade Sundress. Again, very peachy, it's pigmented, but you can lighten it up, and again, just another beautiful blush for this time of the year. And this one I picked up when I got the Natasha Denona Bloom palette, and I picked this out from BoxyCharm because I thought it would go well, and it really does. So that's really like the biggest reason why I felt like this one goes really well with spring, because it goes really well with that palette. And then two more blushes that I believe are probably unavailable at this point, but I could be wrong, but it's the Milani, it's their powder blushes, the Blossomtime Rose and Coral Cove. I picked these up years ago. They're still going strong in my collection. Some of my favorite powder formulas still, but again, I really do like this. And again, because it's in the shape of the flower, they remind me of springtime. Things are blooming, things are pretty. I love this time of the year. This is just my favorite time of the year. So again, this one's definitely worn down a little bit more, but that just goes to show how much I love these blushes. I also grabbed for the Patrick Ta Double Take Cream and Powder blushes in the shade Not Too Much. This is definitely a cool tone blush, but I think it goes on the skin so finely, and it's just such a very light-hearted color. It's very soft pink. You can build it up, but it goes on so subtly that I think it's just perfect for this time of the year. Yet again, this is beautiful. I do want to pick up more of these. I was swatching some blushes in Sephora a couple of weeks ago, and they do have more pigmented options. But I feel like for this particular shade here, it's just a perfect springtime, very buildable type of a blush. Another more affordable blush is the Ulta Mineral Blushes. I have mine in the shade Peony. This is well loved. It does have pan in it. I want to say they changed the packaging, but the formula still stands. So if you get a chance to pick these up, if you're on a budget, this would be perfect for that. And then another one from Benefit, I got the Georgia Peach blush. Again, this is just such a beautiful blush. It's one of those blushes that you don't need a highlighter. It's very peachy. It goes on beautifully. The packaging is a little bit of a pain to use, but this is definitely one of those more classic blushes. And again, just the color and the natural glow that it has really makes me think of spring. The Natasha Denona Blush and Glow palette, the Bloom palette. Again, you've got your blushes, which I feel like these can be used for fall as well. You've got your more, you've got your peachier kind of blush topper here, your glowy highlight. Again, this palette as a whole screams spring to me, but because of this berry tone, I do feel like it also works for like fall and winter. The Physicians formula, it's just their powder blushes. These, I believe, are probably not available to my current knowledge, but they are good. This was a blush I used from when I was in high school, just started getting into makeup. I loved Physicians formula growing up, but this is the shade Blushing Peach. Again, perfect for a very subtle peachy flush where it's not too much. Perfect for this time of the year. And last but not least, and I believe that this is still available, it's the IT Cosmetics Ombre Radiance Blush in the shade Coral Flush. You can get a lighter pigment, you can get a deeper pigment. It would work for multiple skin tones. You can mix and match the two. I think this is beautiful. The only critique I would have to say is that I would love to see more of this shade kind of faded more down here. I feel like we got a whole lot of this and not enough of this. Other than that, I think it's a beautiful blush, perfect for spring. Anyway, that is my springtime blushes. Let me know your favorite springtime blush down below. I've been really into blushes lately. I love them. I've been picking them up left and right. I love trying new formulas, especially in blush. But yeah, just let me know. If you are new here, welcome to my channel. I do videos focusing on beauty and lifestyle, and my goal on this platform is to share my love for beauty as well as my love for Jesus Christ as my Lord and Savior. So if that's what you're into, hit that subscribe button, and if not, you still want to stick around, I'd love to have you. Hit that subscribe button, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye, guys.